Hello, it's March 25th, and this is Reverend Redbeard with today's reading from If I Had One More Day. Day 84. Does God's plan always lead to happiness? I'd like to be happy and have wonderful things taking place all the time. And I do have a lot of good things in my life. I have much to be happy about. But is it true that God's will is always to make sure we're happy? Is it true that if we continually seek God and put Him first, we'll always be happy and have only positive experiences? I don't think this is true because it wasn't Jesus' experience, and therefore it won't be ours. Jesus loved God and followed his Father like no other, and yet he suffered. Painful, difficult things happened in his life. Hebrews 2:10 says that Jesus was made complete and faultless through what he suffered. In bringing many sons to glory, it was fitting that God, for whom and through whom everything exists, should make the author of their salvation perfect through suffering. We're made perfect through suffering too. God's life goal for us is not that we get everything we want and that He keeps us happy all the time. His life goal for us is that we become more and more like His Son Jesus, who is holy, like His Father is holy. 1 Peter 1:15-16 encapsulates this truth. But just as He who called you is holy, so be holy in all you do. For it is written, be holy because I am holy. To be holy is to be set apart for God. That's what God wants us to be. Sometimes I forget this and expect Him to make me happy all the time. God wants us to dedicate our life to Him. He wants us to live our life in a way that reflects God's glory and His way of doing things. How can we be merciful if we never have someone we need to forgive? How can we love selflessly if there's never someone that we don't want to love? How can we love and bless our enemies if there's never someone that is difficult in our lives? As we follow Jesus in the middle of our pain, we won't necessarily feel happy, but we will have the undescribable joy. C.S. Lewis, in his book, The Problem of Pain, writes, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is His megaphone to rouse a deaf world. I just want to make a couple commentaries on today's. We often use the term iron sharpens iron, and I recently heard somebody describe how that process is done, and it's not a simple process. It's actually very rough and violent, and as the iron rubs against the iron, sparks fly, and the metal is changed through the constant. What's the word for rubbing? The constant abrasion of the other metal. Uh, that came to mind as I was reading this. Is iron sharpens iron is something we often say and live by. So we need to picture it as more like this, that there will be suffering because there's suffering in that. And also the part of here that spoke that to be holy is to be set apart for God. And there's been recent talk about our standards in our ministry, and the reason they're high is because that's our goal is to be set apart for God. People be able to look at us and see us differently than some of the other people around us. I guess that's what I'm saying. So I hope you all have a great day. Be blessed.